Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Zach R.O.L. Williams, and we are back with another episode of Uncaged. So this one will be interesting. We're going to be talking about mental health. So for those of you who don't know, my wife and I do a podcast together called Unchained, which is Unchaining Your Empire, right? It is, there's a lot that goes into building an empire. And for us, we genuinely believe that everyone is meant and deserves to have an empire. Some of us have to build it, and some of us have to unchain those beliefs that are behind it. But with that specifically, today we talked about mental health. And those of you who know, if you're new here, this channel is for me to speak a little bit more direct, if you will, to the men. She branches off and she speaks to the women a certain type of way. But it all stems from the topic that we speak on in a co-ed setting, which is always interesting because since we started this, we're in a place where we are okay openly discussing and working through certain thought processes. And the beautiful thing about it is we put this information out there for people to hopefully allow it to affect their life in a positive way. But it does equal as much for us in working through situations, finding out how each other thinks, and then establishes a deeper connection with us. But today we started speaking about, mental health. And I happen to keep looking over at my bookshelf because we spoke about some of the books that are over on my bookshelf today. And I made a semi-offensive comment that I guess to some people, I guess, could be taken the wrong way. But since we're here on the men's channel, I'm going to talk however the fuck I want to talk, right? And so I had made a comment about, all right, let me preface this. So I know a lot of people in a lot of walks of life and a lot of different mindsets, a lot of different religions, a lot of different just journeys that they're on. I've got some people that will get in your motherfucking face because they're Green Berets or Navy SEALs, and they will cuss you up until you're blue in the face. And letting you know exactly what you fucked up on. And I got some guys that would rather go into the fucking woods, smoke some peyote in their underwear, and fucking get at peace with Mother Nature, right? It just kind of is what it is. I like having that variety because I get to see what everyone's doing and what all the hype's about. I get to see what their experiences are, and I get to hear, typically when I'm around those people, right, there's other like-minded people, so I get to see some of the good, some of the bad, some of the ugly, some of the pros, some of the cons. I get to hear some conflicting stories. So I'm starting to really dial in on what I believe or what I feel like I need to apply to my life to see if it's going to help. And so the reason I preface this is I got some homies that the affirmations and the declarations and the vision casting and all that is they eat, sleep, and die this stuff. And I mean, I'm talking... It's aggressive, and it's fine. I love it. And then I got some people that think that's a bunch of hokey shit. And again, understood. My point to you is don't fucking knock it till you try it. We're at a point now where, don't be a fake fuck. Don't knock on someone for truly trying to better themselves mentally just because you're too much of a pussy to fucking try it because you think it's something... I don't even know the right word to use for it, but you think it's belittling or it's beneath you, or because you do a certain task, it makes you less of a man, right? Like a fucking beta or some shit. I don't know. Whatever you think, I'm here to tell you, I made this comment on Unchained, I'm not the biggest fucking dude. I'm not the most tattooed fucking dude. I'm not the most gangster fucking dude. I don't drive the biggest truck. I don't have the coolest cars, but I am tattooed. I do fucking look fit. I did used to get in fucking cages and fight grown men for a living. I have done all of it. I'll throw bows with the best of them. I've got dope trucks. I got cool cars. I'm tattooed. I have a certain look about myself. And that shit's fucking cool and all. Or at least that's how I get labeled. But you know what's fucking cooler? It's fucking being at peace of mind. It's funny. We mislabel what we think is what the fucking cool thing to do is. And some people think just because if you want to look a certain way or act a certain way, you can't do some things that are healthy for you, like actually fucking working on your mental state. Like, dog, like, I am not, and I had this conversation with Heather on the channel. Like, I don't know, maybe I am far enough removed from it, which I don't want it to sound like I can't speak on the topic, but like, and I also don't want it to seem like I don't have fucking bad days, because believe me, I have fucking horrible days. There's a lot of stress in what we do, and thinking about how many people I manage and all the different organizations that I'm a part of and all the responsibility that falls on my shoulders at the end of the day. There's a lot that goes into it, but I'm at peace with who I am. I'm at peace with the man I am. I'm at peace with the husband I am. I'm at peace with the father I am. I'm at peace with where I am in my life. I'm at peace from where I've come from, and at peace from where I'm going. That to me is the fucking ultimate. That's the coolest fucking thing I could give anyone. Like, it ain't fucking tattoos. It ain't your fucking body. It's not the cars that you drive, right? Like, because all that shit will come when you get your mental state right. So a lot of people think it's like some non-man shit. I'm trying to be as PC as possible. And y'all know me, that's not the case. It's just any which way anyone can take fucking shit and they'll cancel you over. So I'm trying not to say what I would say to you guys. Fuck it. It's just like some beta male, gay shit, whatever you want to call it. And I'm homies with all my guys. If you out there and you like smoking pole, we can still be homies. I'm saying stereotypically that's what gets, it's gay or beta or whatever you want to call to fucking cry or to share your emotions or to be vulnerable or to open up or be honest with your spouse or whatever the case is. And I'm here to tell you, like, dude, there's nothing fucking cooler to me than not giving an absolute fuck what anyone hears, what anyone sees, what anyone thinks, because as long as me and my wife are straight and me and my daughter are good, I don't really give a shit else what goes on, what anyone else thinks. And it's taken me years to get here mentally, because for a while I did care about what other people thought. I wanted everyone to like me, and I would fucking get heartbroken when I'd find a hater. And every once in a while now, some of the haters figure out how to fucking pour some salt on old wounds, and it gets a little irritating. But other than that, like, I've spent years to get to where I'm at mentally, and I'm just trying to let you guys know sometimes it can be as simple as it sounds, right? On the other channel on Unchained, we spoke pretty deeply about finding the actual root of your problem, right? It's cool to like know what your problem is, but it's about getting deeper into finding out, why does that problem actually affect you? Like, why does the root of that problem irritate you so much? What is it about the situation, whatever it is, affects you so heavily? Because once we figure that out, that's when we actually can move forward and start to really accomplish true mental clarity, mental health. And I'm telling you, there's nothing fucking cooler in this world outside of being a badass husband and a kick-ass dad. That's cooler than just being someone that's mentally got their shit together. And on the same side of that, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because the only way to get that mental clarity is to talk about what's mentally fucking you up. Like, I don't know who you are out there. If you're cheating on your spouse, if you're addicted to pornography, if you're an alcoholic, if you're, binging some drugs right now, if you're, whatever the case is, that deep, dark, like, pain that you're going through that you feel like no one can fucking relate to, that, no one would ever love you after, that it's something that you'll never be able to recover from. I'm here to tell you that out of all the bullshit I've been through, and I may not have been through the same bullshit that you have, so I'm not here to try and pretend that. But because of all the bullshit I've been through, and because of my honesty and my transparency, I've had the honor of talking to a lot of motherfuckers that have been through some crazy shit. I mean, and I don't know if at this point, if you've read my book or not, you've seen that I've been through some real shit. Like, this shit's pretty fucking heavy. But also, in the same breath, if you've read the book, you realize I've got a creed about me. Someone better than you has it worse, right? And I believe that shit. So, like, as heavy as that book was, there's some people that have been through some heavier shit. And, so when you start to focus on healing yourself, right? If you focus on start getting over, we talked about overcoming trauma on the last episode. So if you're going through some traumatic experiences, I want you to dive into that episode, both on Unchained, so you can hear Heather's side of it, as well as the Uncaged version, which is me being specific with the men. But I want you to dive into that and start overcoming that, because the mental health aspect of my life has been what the ripple effect of that has impacted everything else. Like, I could not be in Uncaged, so we actually focus on health, wealth, and relationships, and then we move on to making money, and saving time, but we start with health and wealth before we get to relationships. And, I like this channel because I get to be open and honest with the majority of the guys, right? Yeah, sure, there's some women that might end up listening to this to see what I'm talking about, but, the typical woman's not going to really agree with me that relationships should come last, right? Shut the fuck up, Karen. But for me as a man, I understand how we think, right? And for me, if I feel like a fucking piece of shit, literally like health-wise, mental health, physical health, if I am aggressive towards myself, like you are a fat, lazy piece of shit, you're not getting shit done, what the fuck are you doing with your life? There's literally zero amount of Zach that I can offer Heather. There's zero amount of Zach that I can offer Lottie. So I've got to get my health in check before I can ever worry about my relationships. Same thing with my wealth. Not every guy is like this. And most guys will say this, like, oh, I would live in a fucking cardboard box with you. Yeah, I say the same shit too. But do we really mean that? If there's anything we could do to change it? Absolutely not. So that's why we get into the wealth portion of it next. And wealth to me is more than just money. It's about everything. It's about having that safety net. It's about having the money in the bank. It's about having the vision of like where the business or the personal income and financial goals are, what direction we're going. It's about literally all that. It's about understanding that wealth comes from other things other than just finances as well. And until we get all of that stuff in the wealth department handled, we can't give them 100%. We might be able to give them more than zero, like on the health. And you'll see that's how this stuff stacks on top of each other. But then we get into wealth. Once we might be able to give them something. We might be able to give them 50, 60, maybe even 70 or 80% of ourselves. But we're sitting there cuddling. We're sitting there fucking. Or we're sitting there hanging out, reading a book or watching a movie with the family. And we're always going to be wondering, like, when's that foreclosure notice coming? When's the repo man coming down the street? What are these bank accounts looking like? Are we about to go negative in our accounts? Is that credit card going to bounce? The whole 9 yards. You're not going to be able to be 100% in your relationships. So we focus on stuff that specific way. And, for me, when it comes to your mental health, you have to know who you are. You have to know what is going on inside of you and what those roots of those problems are. And again, if you go back and watch Unchained, one of the things I talk about, it's like 7 or 9 times, I'd have to check, about asking why that issue is the problem. My mental health's all fucked because of finances. Okay, why? So there's your first why. Well, and mentally fucked up because my finances, because my bank accounts are getting low. Okay, why are you worried about your bank accounts getting low? There's your second why. Well, I'm worried about my bank accounts getting low because I'm afraid that Heather's going to leave me. Okay, Why are you afraid Heather's going to leave you if your bank accounts get low? There's your third why. Well, I'm afraid that Heather's going to leave me because my bank accounts get low because my mother left my dad when we were growing up because he lost his job. Okay, well, why does that affect you? And you keep asking why and why and why until you get to the root of the problem. And I'm no therapist, but I'm letting you know, like, this is kind of how my brain works. I've gotten to the point where now it's like, cool, I'm fucking pissed, woohoo. Or cool, I'm sad, woohoo, whatever the case is. I'm experiencing these emotions. Why? Why am I experiencing these emotions? Well, I'm experiencing these emotions because I'm aggravated. Why am I aggravated? I'm aggravated because this motherfucker said some sideways shit to me. Well, why am I fucking worried that this motherfucker said some sideways shit to me? I'm worried about it because I know that I ain't that motherfucker. Well, if you fucking know that, and the motherfuckers that you care about know that, why are you so worried about this motherfucker? Well, I'm worried about him because when I grew up, I was the outcast and no one gave a fuck about me, and now all I want is everyone to fucking love me. What the fuck? We're getting to the real root of the problem so that now we can start making some actual fucking moves in the right direction to overcome this shit. I really want you guys to get something out of this, but like, you don't have to be honest with me, bro. You ain't going to be in my life if you're not. I'll cut a motherfucker out real fast. But you got to be honest with yourself and get to the real reason behind this shit. And this shit, whatever you may think, oh, it's not fucking cool to talk about this shit, bro. Or, oh, all my friends are going to make fun of me. Get new fucking friends. You're making excuses. Get the fuck over yourself, bro. What you going to sleep at night right now the way you're acting, bro, ain't fucking fun. I know. I've been there. This gay shit, whatever you want to call it, this fucking beta man shit, talking about your emotions and fixing yourself and empowering yourself and healing. Nah, dude, that shit's cool as fuck. It's cool as fuck going to bed happy as fuck. It's cool as fuck having the best sex of my life because I know that nothing else fucking matters. I don't give a fuck about anything. I'm good. We're good. My family's good. My wife's good. My daughter's good. I'm fucking straight, dog. You got to get there. The only way you can get there is you got to want it bad enough. You got to want it bad enough that you go and find the root of the fucking problem and you go do the fucking research, read the self-help books, fucking go to the fucking coaching courses, get you a fucking therapist, whatever the fuck you got to do, join Uncaged, whatever the case is, to find out how to get this shit out of you and let go of those fucking demons so you can be fucking good in the head and move out to be the mad motherfucker you were supposed to be. You got to uncage your inner beast, motherfucker. Come on. I'm here for you, but you got to be here for you. You hear me? I'm here for you, dog, but you gotta be here for you. It's up to you to find out. It's your fucking responsibility. Because the more you fucking try to bury this shit, you're killing the motherfucker that's supposed to come out of you. You're killing the motherfucker you're supposed to become. All because you're too big of a pussy to talk about it, to think about it, to figure it out. You think that shit's not fucking cool? Bro, who gives a actual fuck? I got more respect for a motherfucker that comes out and admits where he's wrong, admits his faults, admits that he's got shit to work on, and starts to find a path and a direction to become that better version of himself. That's the motherfucker I'm trying to hang out with. Not a motherfucker that thinks his shit don't stink. I ain't got no room in my life for people like that. You hear me? Don't be that guy. Come on. Come with me. Hey, let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm hyped, man. This is the energy we bring inside of Uncaged, and I fucking love it. And if you're not in Uncaged, you need to hit me up and be in there. That's us. This is what we do, baby. Guys, I'm going to let you go on that one. I'm feeling good. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm finna go to the gym. I'm finna go get laid or something. I don't know. I'm excited. If you got anything for me, reach out to me. That's really me in my DMs. I'm here to help you guys. This is mental health is serious. I've been through the ups and I've been through the downs. I'm telling you, the ups are where it's at. So let's find a way to start limiting those downs. Let's get rid of some of the fucking baggage. Let's get some of the garbage. Get rid of some of the trash that's in your life, and find a way to start projecting forward and becoming that person that you are meant to be. Let's start putting one foot in front of the other. We're going to do it together. So hit me up, get you in Uncaged, whatever we got to do. Go check out the Unchained podcast with Heather and I. Let's fucking take this to the next level. All right, guys, my name is Zachariah Williams, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.